All right, I wanna talk about something that I've got some funny stories from. But
Oh, okay.
what's the have you ever had any funny interactions while you're filming a video in public and somebody rides up on you on the trail, or maybe walks past you and sees you and they're like, what the heck are you doing?
Dude, there's a lot, nothing too extreme, but I will say that like one of the things that continually happens is like if we're out and about filming, we started gravitating towards going to less populated areas.
Yeah.
Just because like there is like that real stigma of like, oh, here's some YouTubers.
Yeah.
It's like the what's up YouTube, like
Yeah.
that whole thing is so cringe. Like it's so cringe, and like people around you feel it too.
Yeah.
Like you're vlogging on the trails. I'll go to bike parks and I just won't bring the camera with me. It's like I've learned to separate like where we're gonna have fun and just ride and hang and like work, right?
Yeah.
And so just having like weird interactions like that where people are looking at us like, what is wrong with these guys, right?
Yeah.
I've kind of learned to balance that a little bit. I will say like the public filming is really tough. Like,
I bet.
if you're gonna go to a grocery store
Yeah.
or something, like you get a lot of dirty looks, like a lot of dirty looks, and like grocery stores and stuff like that, they don't want you filming in there too. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm always worried that we're gonna get like arrested or something like that. But to give you a very specific story though, like I'll give you a very like kind of a bad story.
Yeah.
There was this one time that back when we were still living in the Bay Area in California, one of the things that is very problematic about where we grew up is that mountain biking is super frowned upon. Like you can ride in some places, but most single track is illegal to ride. And like there's a very big horse community. There's always been a big clash between like the horse community and the mountain bike community. Every once in a while you'll hear a story of like a biker came down the trail and scared the horse and bucked the rider off. And they went to all that. That's happened so many times. But there was this one particular area that I had always known was not a place you want to go if you're a biker.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is it's very scenic. It's a very, very beautiful area. And so we were like, let's go film a video just in the parking lot. We're not going to take the bikes off the rack, none of that stuff, right? So we go over there and we film the video and everything's great. But then as we're packing up to leave, this lady comes up on a horse and she's like, hey, just want to let you know, we called the cops on you.
Oh no.
We're like, what? Like, what do you mean you called? We didn't do anything. What do you call the cops on us for? And she's like, yeah, no, there's no bikes here. So we called the sheriff. He's coming right now. We're like, what? And then she just gets on her horse and rides away. And we're like, dude, no way. You got to be kidding me, right? And sure enough, we pack up. We're like, at this point, we're like, okay, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
This is not good. I don't want to interact because they're going to just ticket us anyway,
Yeah.
That's how it is over there. Even though we didn't ride the trails, we didn't do anything, just ticket us, right?
Yeah.
And so we start packing up and we start leaving. And sure enough, we see the sheriff coming the other way.
Oh.
We're like, no freaking way. And he just like looks at us and like sees that we're leaving and then just kind of like, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So we got really lucky. But it's like, that dynamic has always been really tough for filming because I've mocked multiple times, like the area that I grew up in. I've mocked the county. I've mocked the rangers.
I've seen those videos.
Oh, I've mocked the hell out of them, right? And dude, like it's gotten to the point where I'll go to a park somewhere and the rangers know me by name. Like
boy.
they will literally say like, hey, Sebastian. I'm like, how do you know who I've never met you? How do you know who I am, right? And that actually really started to freak me out, like towards the end when we were still living there, where it was like, dude, like any day they could make an example out of us. Like any day they could take this YouTuber that like, clearly is defiant to their rules and, and he's influencing the youth to go out and have fun on their bikes,
He's making fun of us.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I could just feel, because they have done that in the past, like to continue talking smack about the county I grew up in, but they had done that in the past. Like one of my buddies got caught trail building out there and they tried getting him for over $1 million. Like they tried finding him over $1 million. And luckily he has some, he's in higher places and he has some, for some buddies that know some people who are in the, the legal space. So he was able to get himself out of that situation and bring the fine way down. And it was like some corruption type stuff. Yeah. Like they were bringing in fake biologists with fake certificates to prove that oh, the trail damage was this much and this is how much it's going to cost.
Oh my gosh.
Like, dude, they were trying to make an example out of him and they were hoping that no one would question it. And it came crumbling down. Like he ended up bringing the fine way down. He went out there, I think himself, and just shoveled all this stuff away, and it was fine at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it was like, that having that happen to someone that I knew was such a eye-opening moment where I was like, oh, dude, like they want to really take down, like they really don't want mountain bikers out there.